All right, everyone, Edgar with All One Solar Shine. So in this one, quickly, I want to show you guys two things, but you're also going to go with me on a 3-story building. You haven't seen that one on camera yet, so I want to show you guys just how I get up there, what my whole setup looks like. Also, what do I have in my hands right here, okay? Let me show you guys quickly. As always, we got the hose set up, right? Connected to your water. But when you connect it to your water, if you guys are doing commercial and you haven't done commercial yet, you really want to be prepared. The last thing you want to do is get up on the job site and not have your keys, okay? Keys for water. This one right here is an irrigation key. You're gonna drop it into a quick coupler inside the ground. These are, I don't even know what this one is, but let's see what it is. Oh, that's not it. But inside here, you're gonna have a yellow, what's called a yellow quick coupler, all right? It's either gonna be yellow or purple. You really wanna stick with the yellow lid. Purple is called reclaimed. Reclaimed is like recycled water. That's just dirtier water. So you're still gonna run it through your DI tanks, but what happens is you're gonna run out your DI tanks a lot faster compared to the yellow lid one. The yellow lid one is just straight water from the city, okay? You're gonna drop this in there, you're gonna turn it on, and then obviously you're gonna attach your hose to the spigot right here, okay? This is called an irrigation key. They have multiple sizes of this. You can either go one round and buy all 3 sizes, or go to the job site, take a look at what size you need and buy that size only, that way you're not spending money on 3 different sizes. But each job site is different, so it may come a point to where you might just need all different sizes, you know what I mean? So here's that one, it's an irrigation key. You'll find them in these green lids like this. So you're gonna look around the property, you're gonna look for a green lid, and then you'll drop this in there. Remember, you're gonna look for a yellow lid. Maybe next time, I'll see if I can find one and I'll show you guys what that looks like. If you're not gonna go this route and you're gonna connect to the building, it looks just like this. You're gonna find them behind a metal flap door, all right? But they don't have your standard valve to open and close it. That's what you got this thing for, all right? You have 4 different sizes, and then you just wanna find the one that fits. That one doesn't fit, that one's too big, that one's too small. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, so that's it. And this just opens and closes it. This is how you're gonna get your water from the building. And of course, you're gonna go ahead and attach it to your DI tanks like normal. As it comes in, you're gonna get your DI water. You got your regular Solotech brush, everything that we're gonna be using, right, to clean panels. But because this is a 3-story building, I have my rope that I'm gonna be bringing down. I'm not gonna be grabbing these 2 items because these are expensive. I'm gonna be grabbing my black pressure washer hose. And I'm gonna just be pulling up the black pressure washer hose all the way to the top, and then we'll connect it and we'll start cleaning. So stay tuned, because you're about to watch some amazing cleaning on a 3-story building out here in Los Altos.
For someone that doesn't do this, that seems kind of illegal. Stealing water. Do you gotta ask for permission, or is it just like a no-brainer that you're gonna use their water?
I'm not gonna call it illegal, but you definitely want to let the facilities manager, the manager, whoever your point of contact is for this property, for this project, for this contract that you have, you let them know, say, hey, at the start of it all, either they're supplying the water or I'm bringing my own water. Obviously, if I'm bringing my own water, I'm gonna have a trailer back here with a 1,000-gallon tank, you know, supplying my own water. Of course, that's gonna jack up the price of the cleaning, right? Because I gotta pay for that water. But if the school says, nah, it's fine, hook up to our water, then they know. They know we're gonna be hooking up to the water. Whether I use this route or this route on the building, it's the same thing. They both come from the school, so that doesn't matter. If I'm hooking up to a fire hydrant, okay? Say I'm at a building that for some reason I can't hook up to the building, or they don't even have irrigation, but there is a fire hydrant there. I can do that, okay? I can. In parentheses, you need to follow legal action with that. You need to get a fire hydrant meter, and you're gonna be letting them know, the city, maybe even the fire marshals, that you're hooking up to that fire hydrant with the meter on it. That way they can, because you're obviously gonna be getting the meter from them as well, and they mark down like 1,000 gallons or whatever to start. And then when you go to return it, like you're returning a car, they mark down now what's the end gallons that were used. So now if it says 1,500, they know you use 500 gallons, right? I kind of got lost there, but hopefully you guys followed me. So they just know your start meter, the start readings, they know your end readings, and then right there, they'll calculate how much gallons you took from the fire hydrant, so that way they can charge you accordingly. So you can also go that route, but I do not recommend, nor am I saying, counseling or whatever, saying just directly hook up to a fire hydrant. Go the legal route, get the meter, make sure it's, you know, everything's documented, that way you pay for that water.
All right, Edgar, so I saw you got special access.
Yeah, man, take a look at that, ready to show people what we're working with. So we got that one over there, that little hatch. So that's just a straight up ladder, it's about 20-25 feet. And then we got to your left another one to get us on this higher roof, because like you said earlier, man, we're on a 3rd story roof right here. So, and what this is below us, it's actually a gym. It's their like their main gym where they have basketball games and all that. We're at a high school out here, so it's a really well-off high school.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Commercial, should all of them have access to the roof, or do you just gotta bring your own ladders, because some don't?
They don't all have access. They typically will, but you may run into ones that don't. I mean, you just don't know how, you don't know how they're built, what their architecture looks like. But a lot of them are, because if you take a look to your left also, they're all gonna have the HVAC on the roof. And for you to have the HVAC, I mean, you're typically gonna have a flat roof. And to get on the roof, for the HVAC personnel, they'll put some access on there for you. So what we're doing right here is, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think, but for those of you who maybe can't see what we're doing, I'm just gonna drop down my 100-foot rope right here. Gustavo will tie the pressure washer hose, and we're just fishing, man. Hoping we get a good catch. And as I bring this up, he's gonna feed it to me. That way we got our pressure washer hose up here and we're ready to rock and roll.
All right, Edgar, I'm sure I asked you this question before, but today seems very appropriate to ask. Is solar panel cleaning a 2-man job?
Absolutely, man, absolutely. I mean, I think I've also explained it quite a few times. It's not just for the conveniency of what we're doing when it comes to tag teaming. It's also for the safety, man. I mean, I can't stress that enough. If something was to happen, you know, who's gonna call 911 for you? You know, who's gonna help you if you need CPR? Who's gonna help you if you got a broken arm and you're just bleeding everywhere, you know? So, you know, we not only stress OSHA certifications. I'm not saying it's mandatory, I'm not saying it's required, but we do stress it just because you do want that knowledge, you do want that education, you want that experience, you know, making sure you're setting up ladders correctly, making sure you're on roofs correctly, making sure you're dealing with electrical components correctly. It's all, you know, part of OSHA, what they teach you. And then aside from that, we also definitely highly stress, you know, being first aid and CPR certified. Having that also equipment on the van, you know, having your first aid kit on the van, having your CPR kit on the van. In case of major bleeding, you want even like a trauma kit on the van. You know, if you got to put someone in a tourniquet, you know how to do that. So a lot of things when you're dealing with being at this altitude, you got to make sure you're well educated and you're doing it right.
All right, Edgar, so tell me about these solar panels, man. They seem really easy to clean. Have you done solar panels like this before?
Yeah, so like, remember, this is my second time coming to this site. So I have done this one before. What we're actually gonna do this time, we're gonna do a new technique. You know, I learned from last experience and I'm gonna try that technique out on this one. And you guys will be the first to see how it goes. You'll be the first to hear from me as far as feedback and how you do it. And we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to trying it out because being amongst other solar panel cleaners, you know, you talk, you ask questions. I mean, I definitely ask questions. You know, I don't know everything and I want to make sure I'm well-rounded. That way, like, this is different from those ones, different from roof on houses. So, you know, there's different installations. So you kind of really want to know the tips and tricks, the ins and outs for all the installations. So I asked about these ones the last time I was here. And from that feedback, I got something in store for you for this time. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, you know, we're not born already a solar panel cleaner. You know, no one's born a mechanic, no one's born an electrician. You learn, you do all the education, but the education in the books only gets you so far. You know, now that I'm on the roof, boots on the ground, brush in my hand, that's where you put everything to use. And then you'll learn and you'll go and you'll find out what worked, what didn't work. And that's why I got the channel. I want to share it with y'all. Got homie Reyes out here. If you guys already don't know, definitely reach out to Reyes. If you guys are in the detailing world and the whatever other, maybe not solar panel cleaning, because that's me, but hey, I'll let Reyes deal with y'all.
But another last thing you mentioned was, you did this a year ago.
Yep.
Just to show people, you have to stick with it. You can't just be the best within the first year.
I did it last year. It wasn't 12 months ago. It was actually a little bit more than it's like 8 months ago. It was in November. So what are we in right now? We're in July. So yeah, so about 8 months ago. So this was 8 months ago. We cleaned these ones. We cleaned the ones that you guys saw in the previous video. And then we also cleaned the carports that you'll see in an upcoming video. But yeah, this entire property, this entire school was done around 8 months ago. And I mean, yeah, there was, like I said, there was a lot of, not a lot, but there was a good amount of hiccups. There's a good amount of roadblocks. There's a good of, you know, a learning curve, you know, how to do this, because before the school, I was strictly residential. The school came, it's just a whole new animal, all right? So you gotta know how to get it done. At that time also, it was in November, so daylight was a lot shorter compared to now. So this time I'm really excited to get more done in a day, and also with the experience I have now to get more done and get it done, you know, a lot more efficiently. That way we just keep booming and keep growing. I'm telling you now, I've gone through those headaches. I've gone through those challenges. I've gone through those hiccups. You don't have to go through them, all right? Give me a call, schedule a consultation. Look in the description for that link right there, the schedule consultation. I'll explain everything that I know. I'll show you what I know. I'll talk about, you know, my experiences, the goods and the bads, and then that way you guys don't have to go through it, you know? I definitely want to save a lot of challenges and headaches, you know, that you're going to be having, because I know from the experience and what I've been through, I can definitely help you out with a lot of good things. So make sure you book that call and let's do it.
All right, Edgar, so that's the plan right there, going sideways instead of up and down?
Exactly, that's the plan, because especially when we got the C1000, the C1000 is a lot wider than my current J Racing Steam brush. Remember, if you have a J Racing Steam brush, they come in 2 different sizes. But the C1000 comes in a 1 size only, and it's long, and it covers the exact width of the panel. So we just go 1 up, and then we come 1 back down, and that's your 2 passes. Don't get me wrong, I like this method, it's fast, but what happens? Look at me, man, I'm soaked. But hey, when it's, what was it today, Rays? 95, 85?
Chill 85, I think.
Chill 85, there we go, yeah. So when you're feeling, when it's a chill 85, I mean, I don't mind being wet at all, man. I feel real good. But when it was November and we did this, oh man, we did get wet and it wasn't fun, but I don't mind doing it today. So it's a good day, it's a fun day. All right, everyone, so another good thing too is about these hot days. It's not just these hot days, it's really every day, but these hot days it's a lot easier because the panels dry faster. Tip, trick, advice, take a look at the panels when they're dry, okay? These just got cleaned right now. You can see he's cleaning it right now. So they're gonna look clean, they're gonna look immaculate, they're gonna look shiny, reflective. But if we go to those 3, if we go to the first 2, they're dry, all right? And so when panels are dry, that's when you see a spot that you missed, okay? And it's okay to miss spots. I'm not gonna dog anyone. I definitely don't want anyone to, you know, to talk bad about me. What matters is that when you see that missed spot, you go back and clean it, okay? Because when you're cleaning, the water sprays everywhere, so it's really hard to see sometimes a filthy spot, okay? And then when you have all these panels, when you have like the other building where just a big panels in a big square, you tend to just lose track of where you were left off, and maybe you skip a panel here, or you skip a little section, or you miss a corner. So that's why it's always good, you know, when you're done, just quickly take a quick look at, you know, the first panels that you got, and then hit them back up if you have to, okay? It's all about the details. It's all about making sure that you just provide a quality service. That's part of providing that quality service.
All right, Edgar, we're done. How are you gonna take everything down?
Same way we brought it up, man. We're gonna go back to fishing, but instead of bringing it up, we're gonna take it down. So, I mean, you know, being this high up, having that ladder that we gotta deal with, I'd rather have 2 hands on the ladder, you know, especially when it's a 25-foot ladder, just vertical. You know, that way this can go down right here off the roof. I got Gustavo, the employee, down at the bottom. He'll be, you know, getting it. And then after that, clean everything up. We're done for today for solar panel cleaning. Right now, we're gonna go hit up some gutters, and then after that, we'll be calling it a day for today. We'll be back tomorrow for some carports. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I tried something new, all right? Last year, when I did this for the first time, I went up and down. This year, I went sideways, all right? So let me know about the technique for all of you that are watching. For solar panel cleaners who have done this before, let me know if this is how you would have tackled it. If you got a different technique, I'm all ears, man. Like I've always stated, I'm humble enough to know that, you know, I'm not the know-it-all. I definitely understand that there's different ways to skin a cat. As long as everything's within the parameters of, you know, maintaining the warranties, rotary brush, DI water, hey, I'm all for it, man. You know, I know that's the right way to do it, so I want to make sure what you guys are doing, if I can implement it and save me some time and some, some of that arm workouts, then I'll do it as well. So I appreciate all the likes, appreciate the comments. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And always, if you need a quote, residential, commercial, I definitely want to help you out. Santa Clara County, Sacramento County, it's a Hollister and Salinas. So if you're in any of those areas, make sure you reach out. Have a good one. Peace.